Palladium Scam that you need to be aware about. Again, I need to insert this topic in the midst of our discussion about Yamashita treasure signs, because this one is very important. This is all about a Palladium scam, which I think that everyone needs to be aware about, especially to all treasure hunting communities. Recently, there was a group of amateur treasure hunters, who came across another group of individuals, who asked them for help in selling the palladium in their possession. What you are seeing right now, is an actual photo of the palladium. It measures about 18 inches in length, about 12 inches width, and a thickness of 4 to 5 inches. As you can see, it has a marking on the side that says, Ledoux and Company, New Jersey. On its flat surface, it has its serial number that I covered, and its weight, which is 217 kilograms. You have to know that when it comes to palladium, it's hard to test it, where it requires some sophisticated equipment in order to identify its authenticity. Here in the Philippines, there are only few private companies who can perform the test, and before they do, they will require a certain huge amount of fee. Thus, this is what makes it hard to sell palladium here in the Philippines. Going back to the group of amateur treasure hunters, they made a risk, by buying just a small amount of the claimed palladium, for 200,000 worth of pesos. This was the minimum amount that they can pay for the sample. Their plan was to get it analyzed if it's a real palladium, or not. If it's real, then they will purchase more of the precious metal. However, they claimed that they had already visited several mineral laboratories, and none of them have the tool to test it, until they finally came to us for help. When we tested the sample, it turns out that it has a very high content of nickel, iron, and some mixtures of other common type of metals. Worst, there is no presence of palladium. The group of amateur treasure hunters just got scammed, so they went back to confront the group of scammers, in the hope that they can take their money back. Unfortunately, they can no longer find them. They were already long gone when they took their money. Moreover, you have to be careful about this group, since they are constantly moving from one place to another, trying to find their perfect victim. Anyway, as a treasure hunter, it is always best to find and recover your own treasure. At least this way, you know that your finding is going to be legit, or authentic. Did you enjoy watching my video? If yes, and if you are new to my channel, then you may want to subscribe, like this video, and hit the small notification bell icon. By subscribing, and hitting the bell icon, you will receive alerts, or notifications about my new published videos. If you want a reading material, about treasure hunting, then, you may want to visit my blogging website at treasurehunt.club. Thank you very much for watching, and happy treasure hunting.